Me too. Hi, and welcome to the BBB Insider. I'm Tierney Chatfield, and today's show is all about my most favorite thing to do, shopping. And our guest today brings some unique holiday gift ideas. So would you please help me welcome Mike Rice from Firehouse Pantry and Danielle Fritz from Centerville Coin and Jewelry Connection. Your host today is none other than your BBB's president and CEO, John North.
It's kind of a mouthful, isn't
That
it?
was, yeah. I get a little
though.
tongue-tied,
like
but
the
you know.
part.
Okay, good.
I mean, it's a lot better than the first way you introduced me.
I try to
as
switch
the
it up a
host
little
that you
bit.
like to hate or something like
We
that.
won't go there.
That's right. That's well, they'll
We'll
see
just
that in
leave
reruns.
that in the past.
They'll see that in the
In
reruns.
syndication.
Yeah, in syndication.
Right.
Because you know, Rob Dennis, he goes out there and he works the crowd,
That's
and
right.
who knows where
we
we're going to
love
end
Rob
up.
Dennis.
We might even end up on YouTube. Actually, we are on YouTube.
We are on
Yeah,
YouTube,
yeah.
absolutely. BBB Insider,
That's
right?
Yeah, well, it's good to be back and here with the audience and our guests today. Those of you that are joining us for the first time, we are from Your Better Business Bureau, and here in Dayton, Miami Valley, we're the place that makes sure that we maintain a trusting and ethical marketplace. So we hold our accredited businesses, but also non-accredited businesses, accountable to standards so that they're operating in the best interest of the businesses in this community as well as the consumers. That is our mission all across North America, is to start with trust and create an environment where consumers and businesses can interact with trust. We help people make trustworthy decisions, and as we enter into the holiday season, as the weather changes, it's important that people turn to us by going to bbb.org and looking up businesses before you enter into an arrangement with businesses. Your Better Business Bureau provides millions of points of contact here in the Miami Valley alone on an annual basis. But there are so many people who remember us after they get in trouble. And certainly Your Better Business Bureau is there to help when people are in trouble. But it's also important that they check with us first. You know, even my mother and a lot of her friends that work with her will have her call me afterwards and said, you know, we went with this company and something happened. And I told her, when are your friends going to start calling us first before they enter into a relationship? Because that's where we have the most bang for our buck. And we have on our website information on all businesses here in the Miami Valley that we're aware of. And on our website, we have over 25,000 businesses that we're monitoring here in the Miami Valley. And many of them are accredited with Your Better Business Bureau. And accreditation, as the guests here know today, is something that businesses in Your Better Business Bureau is very proud of. We're proud to stand with our accredited businesses for trust and ethics in this marketplace. Integrity is an important component of the experience when you're interacting with a business in the marketplace. We take that very seriously, and we're very proud of our accredited businesses. And feel fortunate that we have a couple of them here today talking about some really unique holiday gifts this year. Now, of course, you're open year-round, but we wanted to showcase you here as the holidays enter and people are thinking about making purchases and unique purchases, and you do offer some unique opportunities here for consumers. This ought to be like your bailiwick. I feel that
it is right up my alley.
I feel that you're going to take over the interview.
I might.
Here
I'm going to really contain myself.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, great. Well, Mike, do you mind if we start with you?
No, not at all.
Okay. Well, Mike Rice. He's with Firehouse Pantry, Ltd. Can you tell us a little bit about the history of the company and how you got started?
Sure. My wife and I started the company about 8 years ago as a small little retail outlet down at the 2nd Street Market, selling our own dip mixes, bread mixes, soup mixes, things of that sort. Business was going really well, and we decided it was time to expand. So we created Firehouse Pantry, and we had a store in Inglewood for a couple of years, which was going really well. At the same time, we started a website and an online store, and that really took off. And we noticed that was our niche, so we then closed the Inglewood store and moved to a larger location in Brookville where we can manufacture the items, pack them, ship them. The whole operations ran from there. We still do have our small store down to 2nd Street Market, with a limited number of items there.
Okay, so you talked about some of the soup that you're making. Is that the bulk of your product, or what kinds of things do you offer? What's your top seller, for example?
Well, our top seller is actually the hottest chili pepper in the world. It's called the Bhut Jolokia from India. We sell
Tierney's going to stay away from that.
Yeah.
It's about 2.5 times hotter than a habanero if you ever had one of those. So,
For heaven's sake.
but we have over 1,000 items on our website and our online store, and we have everything from any normal run-of-the-mill urban spice that you've heard of. And we have a lot of hard-to-find ingredients, things you may not have heard of, like, for instance, buffalo wing sauce powder, which we sell to a lot of people that want that flavor profile.
Okay, so you have a couple of stores, or you have a store, you have a manufacturing facility, but you have a huge online presence.
Right, that's about 95% of our business is our online presence, and we ship all over the country, both to someone that's making a retail purchase, may purchase 2 or 3 items, and we also do bulk and wholesale. So we may sell to restaurants that are using a certain item like the chili pepper. We sell a lot of cheese powders to popcorn companies, things of that nature.
Okay, well, sometimes the internet virtual world can be kind of scary.
Right.
For your customers, because you're part of the Better Business Bureau, I can say with confidence that you provide a secure website, you provide a secure experience. But you have to know some of the scams and some of the trouble spots that are going on in the internet world. Can you give some examples of things that people want to look out for when they're purchasing online?
Yeah, I would say the #1 thing that happens a lot of times is people's information, such as their credit card information, bank information, will get stolen, hijacked, if you will, and then that account gets used. So you really need to look that you're using on a secure site. When you go to the checkout page, you'll notice the small little lock in the corner that it is secure. And like with our site, we have our BBB accreditation on there. So that way they can look and see that we're accredited, they can click on it, go straight and look at our rating.
Right.
But those are the main things, and just a simple internet search of the company, a simple Google search or a Bing search, because you'll be surprised a lot of times that you'll get reviews or problems that's come up with a company, whether they didn't supply what you ordered, they weren't happy with it, or they didn't get it at all.
Yeah. What are some of the other safeguards that you take with personal information that you gather from your consumers?
Right. We use a blind checkout system, so the financial information, when it goes into the online store, it's in a secure location, the order's processed, and that can't be accessed by anyone else. When we process the order, that information goes away, so it's not just out there where it can be taken. And of course, we use all the up-to-date firewall, any type of internet security that we use on our system, so our system can't be hacked and your information can't be lost.
Okay, because you are on the internet, I assume that you have an unlimited number of consumers and that not all, or probably not the majority of them, are here in the Miami Valley?
Right, yes, the majority are not. We ship all over the United States, and most often we'll be sending a lot of things. We ship a lot of things to the West Coast. We ship a lot of things to Alaska and Hawaii because some of those remote locations, they don't have the brick and mortar store to go to.
Right.
So we do find a lot of customers in the places like that where they can't find it, so they'll find it online, have it shipped directly to their house. It makes it more convenient for them.
Okay. One of the things that consumers don't realize is that return policies are certainly the norm, but it's not something that's guaranteed. And so it's important for them to check out a return policy with each of the individual stores, usually printed on the back of the receipt. What advice can you give to people who may need to return something to your store? What's your individual policy? And then just general recommendations when someone needs to return something.
Right. The first thing I would say when making an online purchase is I would look at the return policy. We have ours listed. You can click on it. You can read it. And there are certain things that we have a policy with. Certain food items, if it's been opened and there's not a problem with it, say you just bought it and you didn't really like it, it's been opened, so it really can't be returned.
Right.
But we have that listed. Now, of course, if there's a problem with the item, we'll gladly take the return. But first, to read the return policy, and then make sure that you print and keep your receipt so that you have that. You make an online purchase, a lot of times people don't go the extra step to print the receipt.
Right.
It pops up and it tells you to print it, but you don't print it, and then you don't have that proof. So when it comes back, you don't have that to use. And the last thing is, always recommend using a credit card, not a debit card. With a credit card, you have that added security of the credit card company backing your purchase if you weren't happy with it, if you didn't get it. As a consumer, I've used it before. I've used a credit card. the item didn't show up. The company wasn't going to refund. I went through my credit card company, and they got my purchase refunded.
That's awesome.
Certainly, because you're on the internet, there are lots of scams out there. There are lots of hackers trying to get personal information, trying to get credit card numbers, names, social security numbers. And we talk a lot about those scams at the Better Business Bureau, and I'm sure you're aware of many of them. You're in kind of a unique industry with the foods that you provide. Is there anything in the food industry that people have been able to scam and take advantage of consumers that you're aware of?
The only thing I've seen is someone may be listing something, whether it be kosher, organic, or something along that nature, but they don't have the certification to back it up. When something's organic, it's got to be certified organic, or it's not truly organic. So they may use the label organic, but it's absolutely, it possibly may not be. So if you as a consumer are looking to purchase an organic product, you find it for a good price on the internet and you purchase it, and it may not be. That may be one way that companies such as ours may try to scam, if you will.
Okay, all right, good.
That's good.
Yeah, not something that I thought of. Are there any precautions that you have for people to avoid this? I mean, are there labels that they can read, or are there other things that they can check out?
Yeah, it should say certified organic, and again, I would just start with looking at the company's history. I think if you look either through the Better Business Bureau or you look through an online search, if they've actually scammed one or two people before, it's usually going to make it to the internet. You can find virtually anything on the internet, reviews. If there was a problem with a purchase, someone's going to blog about it, go to write a review, and you as a consumer can find that and see if they've had problems like that before. So just try to shop from a trusted source. I think that's what puts our company above others. Is we're a small family-run business, and we really try to go the extra mile with customer service. We're the ones answering the phone, so if you call and have a problem, my product is probably going to be me or my wife Robbie that's answering the phone and taking care of it. So,
what's your background? I know you told us how you and your wife got into this, but what were you doing before?
Well, actually, that's what I'm still doing. I'm actually a full-time firefighter.
Oh, okay.
And then we started the business, and my wife works full-time at the business. And actually, I should say I work full-time there too, because I work 2 24-hour shifts at the fire department and then 5 24-hour shifts at the business.
Right.
So.
Hence the name Firehouse Pantry.
Yes, that's where we went with that.
You figured that out. That's awesome. You're paying attention, aren't you?
Shopping.
Well, that's great. Thank you for your service too as a fireman. One of the other things that you use to distinguish yourself from the competition is certainly standing with your Better Business Bureau for trust and ethics in this community. Tell us what BBB accreditation means to you.
I think it gives us, we can go that extra mile, and just having that logo on our website, I think it makes the customer feel more secure. If they had any doubt in our company, they see that, and whether they go and check out our rating with the Better Business Bureau, that symbol means a lot. We display it in our store at the 2nd Street Market. We display it on our website, so it's there to be seen. So they can go and look. There's nothing to hide. They can go look if there's been any problems, if they were resolved or not. So.
Okay, great. Tierney, do you have any follow-up? You need directions to the store, or how about the web address?
It's firehousepantrystore.com.
Okay, all right, great. Well,